crazy into punk rock is like saying you want the entire world to burn, but just up to your property line. Like it's weird, like I bought a house, I have a family, and I'm like, everything should be destroyed except the shit I value. That's it. Like, I want the whole world to burn except for my house, places that serve good coffee, homeless shelters, the rest of it can go, I don't care. Honestly, more than even destroying everything, I think we should just kill and eat the rich. That's what I want. I'll tell you guys, this is where I lose some progressives. I have a broad definition of rich. I think if you make more than $35,000 a year, you gotta go. We don't have room for you. If you can afford Olive Garden twice a year, get out of here. You're doing too well. We need to redistribute the wealth. Redistribute. I want some breadsticks too. They're free. There we go. If I ever start doing better in life, I will move that number back so that I am always safe in my anarchy. Okay, 40, 50, 60, fuck it. I am a coward first and anarchist second. I'm kidding. I am though, like I'm still mad like I was when I was 15, but I don't have anybody to get angry at anymore. Like my wife's cool, I don't want to yell at my kid, my dad and I see eye to eye. That just means I don't give him shit about Trump or else we don't talk. Like that's what, I have to pick my battles. Like if I make fun of him for Trump, he quits talking to me, then he won't give me money. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yeah, like the next time I get to have righteous anger at somebody, I can't wait. I'm gonna be in my 60s, I'm gonna be in a doctor's office, and I'm gonna go, no, you're too sedentary! Right in the doctor's face. And I cannot wait till that moment. Because I've got 40 years of just things that are gonna fucking frustrate me to no end, and I'm gonna take it out on some young doctor who's just being a dickhead because I'm killing myself. Got quiet, alright. Not a strong punchline, I'll give you that, that's fine. I went to a punk show like a couple months ago, first like basement punk show I'd been to in years. And it was weird because like I said, I feel like a teenager still. I look in the mirror and I'm like, no, you're an old dude, but I feel like a teenager. And it was a basement show at a house, and I walked up to the venue and I paid $15 to get in, and I was like, fuck yeah, you're living your youth, this is awesome. And I go downstairs, I still feel like a teenager, and then I get down there and I felt like an 80-year-old man because I was the oldest person at a punk concert. Very weird. Like I wore this shirt to the concert. I like this shirt. It's a fine shirt. I don't like when comics go on stage and go, fucking you picked it out and wore it. Shut up with the jokes about it. But I'm telling you, I like this shirt. Had no business wearing it to a fucking punk show. Like I looked like I was there to chaperone the event. Like I was the landlord. Like it's just like walking down. Like I looked like I should have had like a safety sash on or an orange vest. Coming down and going, if somebody falls in the mosh pit, who's on 911 duty? Microphone man, looks like you could get to the phone the quickest. Quiet that guitar down, young man. Go downstairs and I just see a sea of kids, all 20 years old, all wearing denim jackets full of buttons and spikes and pins and shit. And it made me mad. Like, all I could think about when I saw that was, I know you're not taking all that stuff out of your jacket to wash it. You're all wearing dirty jackets. Like it upset me a lot. Because I was like, oh, this is just a dirty fucking basement. They're gonna be moving and sweating and it's gonna kick up this, Like I know that being clean and fresh is not punk rock, I get it. But either take that stuff out of your jacket and wash it, or leave it all in, put it in your mom's new washer and dryer, it'll make a lot of noise and she'll say, you're gonna break my new washer and dryer. Now your jacket's clean, your mom got mad, punk rock, right? Who's with me? Punk rock. Punk rock. A lot of the kids at this concert too have like purple and blue hair, which actually made me mad. Not because I care about it, but like what I don't like is when people express themselves in ways I'm incapable of doing. Can't do it. Yes, can't do it. Like I used to dye my hair cool colors. Like the best I could do now is I could dye my scalp pink and be like, is this counterculture enough? And he said, well, you look like a big penis, Eric. Sounds pretty counterculture to me.
Dye your beard!
I'm not gonna do, come on man. Here's the reason I'm not gonna do that. In my town I went to college at, there was a dude that had a big purple beard and he would do balloon animals for kids in a park, and I always suspected that he fucked up severely somewhere in life. He had to, right? Like, why are you got the tip jar and balloon animals? Seems like a nice guy, but you have a past, and I bet I don't know your real name. I used to dye my hair cool colors, but when I was 14, I dyed my hair purple. First time I dyed my hair a cool color. Dyed it purple because I saw the Blink-182 music video for Josie, and in that music video, Tom DeLonge has purple hair. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then get this, I don't know if you guys remember the music video, but in that music video for Josie, they play the chorus of that song in a bathroom. Fucking punk rock, you know what I mean? Like, what won't these guys do? They played in a they're like real musicians and they played in a bathroom, you guys. It's not impressive now, but at 13, that I was like, yo, you can do anything in life here. Here's what's not, like, I dyed my hair purple. My grandma bought me that hair dye at Sally Beauty Supply. That's not punk rock. But I would argue every goth and punk kid was like, oh, this is just who I am. But grandma fucking bought, your parents wouldn't do it, grandma hooked you up with Sally Beauty Supply. Yeah. My grandma bought me the hair dye, not punk. Thank you, thank you. I'm giving all of you an assignment. Call your grandma tomorrow and say thank you for letting me be myself. But like, so okay, my grandma buying the hair dye at Sally Beauty, not punk rock. The high school kids didn't know that, pretty punk rock. Yeah. My grandma helped me dye my hair, not that punk rock. My grandpa called me gay twice over it, pretty punk rock. I had a nice trajectory, it was a roller coaster ride. Oh, I'm hardcore, no I'm not. Look, you old man, I got it. I should tell you guys too, I know that Blink-182 is not punk. I know that it's pop punk. I'm not dumb. When I said to punk rock, I was actually more into pop punk. Here's the difference. Is like, I was never that into punk rock because I was never mad at the government or like systematic oppression, okay? I was just mad because a few girls didn't like me back. That's what I was mad about. Turns out I was mad at my parents for like 15 years and aiming it at everyone else. I didn't know. I drank a lot. But like, here's what sucks though. I'm like in my 30s now and I'm still into pop punk. Like, I never outgrew it. Like, whatever you like at 19, that's what you're cursed with forever. I think it's true. Because I still just like loud, fast music and the vocals go, meh. That's what I want. That's what I'm into. That's all I'm into. Just, meh. That's it. Oh, fuck, that's my jam. Is it 3 minutes long? Is it poorly written? Oh, I'm in. Let's do this. I don't call it, I'm still into pop punk. I don't call it pop punk now. What I call it is post-pop punk. Which... It makes me feel a little less like a child because if someone says, Eric, what do you listen to? I say, oh, I'm into post-pop punk. For a split second, you go, oh, is that something different? No, it's the same. It's the same fucking music. It's the same thing. Same thing. Like, the main difference in my head, post-pop punk and pop punk is about girls that won't go to dances with you. Okay. Post-pop punk is about feeling powerless and ineffectual in a world that's crumbling all around you. So it's still loser rock, it's just the stakes are much higher now. But I'm into it. I'm at this concert, I'm at this punk concert in the basement hanging out, right? And there's this kid next to me. The lead singer of the band that I'm there to see is named Jeff. He comes out on stage, starts tuning his guitar, getting ready to play. They're gonna do their headlining set. Dude next to me, on drugs I hope, if not very dumb. Like, he's bad.
Probably both.
There's a good chance, yeah. But like, so Jeff comes out, starts tuning his guitar. Dude next to me goes, oh my God, everybody, it's Jeff! Jeff's here! Look, it's Jeff! Yeah, he's supposed to be here. Like, did you just wander into a basement and get lucky? And see a guy you recognize? Like, no, it would be more weird if you weren't here. Like, why the fuck? I leaned over to my friend and I said, hey, do you think that guy knows I'm gonna play a couple songs in a minute? She didn't think it was funny either. It's not, it's fine. But a mosh pit breaks out when Jeff starts playing, right? This mosh pit starts happening. And like, it was like a real mosh pit. It wasn't like a pop punk mosh pit. I was like, when I saw it break out, I was like proud to be there. I was like, holy shit, like I backed up a little bit. Like, it was like, listen, I'm bigger than everyone in there individually, but 20 of those little rats could fucking eat me. Like, I didn't want to touch it. I back up, hanging out watching it. And they're like not doing like fucking Warped Tour spin kicks. They're like punching and elbowing, and I was like, yeah, Eric, this is awesome. You're here, you're alive, like live in this moment, right? I was proud of myself. And then I realized, no, all of the people in that mosh pit are younger than 26, and they're still on their parents' insurance. Their actions don't have consequences yet. Like if you lose a tooth and Mumsy will fix it, you're not hardcore. It's true. If you're like 47 in a mosh pit throwing elbows, that rules. Like stay away from me because we have nothing in common. But from a distance, fucking thumbs up. Like do it, man. You're living for all of us. But like Drug Boy ends up in the mosh pit, and he's like not that hard. He's kind of like doing. He's like He's not really throwing elbows, he's kind of like dancing and shit, but he's having fun, so I let him do it, I don't mind. He's in there, and his girlfriend's hanging out next to me, and like every 7 minutes, she would reach into the mosh pit and yoink him out. Like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, just like pull him out, and go, honey, you're thirsty and you need water. And he'd say, you're right, I am thirsty, I do need water. More evidence for drugs, right? Has to be. Has to be. And she had a water bottle with like a squirt cap, and she was squirting water into his mouth. Like, he wasn't touching the bottle with his hands at all. He was like this. Like that, and she was doing, you know when you feed a baby goat at the zoo? That's what they were doing at a punk concert. 2 adults, no goat in sight. No goats, just baby goat feeding. And I was like, why the fuck are you doing that in public? That's not, like punk self-expression, but you gotta draw a line in the sand somewhere. Like my wife and I love each other very much. We get along very well, we respect each other, but we have like an unwritten rule that like, if even one of your arms works and you're thirsty, you can do it. Like if she's ever dying, I'll throw water at her, but I'm not doing that. I don't know. I don't have anywhere to aim. I'll take it. Like, here's the stuff I get angry about now in my 30s. Like, I have an electric lawnmower that plugs into an outlet in my wall because I didn't want to mess with gas and oil, and I fucking hate that lawnmower. That's how old I am. I'm old enough to hate a lawnmower. Not mowing. Don't mind mowing. The fucking lawnmower. I hate it. Plugs into a wall, and then it's like vacuuming your yard, except you fuck it up and you cut the cable in half. It's a nightmare. I'm telling you, do not buy an electrical mower. This is home improvement Tim Allen years. Fucking, I'm telling you, don't do it. I'm not gonna do that, because legally, if anybody ever sees that video, I'll get sued by Timmy and his firm. But like, it's how old I am. Like I watched a documentary a couple years ago called Fed Up. Okay? It's about the sugar industry and how they pay the government to lie to the American people about how fattening and addictive sugar is for you. Yeah. Okay? Well, I don't know if you guys know this, sometimes the government lies to us. I had no idea. I didn't know. I didn't know what all those guys were so mad about in those songs, that's why I never liked them. But like, so like, I watched this documentary about the sugar industry, and as a form of civil disobedience, I quit eating sugar. I was like, oh, fuck, like, okay, I'm done with it, I gotta do that. So I quit eating sugar for 4 weeks as a form of civil disobedience. I had a headache for 4 weeks and I lost 12 pounds. And I was like, oh shit, that rules. So I just kept doing that, right? And 2 years later, I've lost like 100 pounds doing that sugar thing. Calm down, I'm still heavy, stop. It doesn't matter. Stop, listen. You can cheer for me if you trade bodies with me. All right, there we go, see? Thank you. Yeah, it looks good on you, but fuck that for me. I hear you, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, I watched this documentary, Quit Eating Sugar, right? It's like a form of civil disobedience. Because I was like, oh, fuck. They want us to be fat and tired. By they, I mean them. You know who they is. And like, I like nonsense jokes, you get it? So like, I quit eating sugar, and I was like, oh, if we have ice cream sandwiches in our hands, we can't build guillotines. I'm down. So I quit eating sugar. And like, I went around for like a couple months after I quit eating sugar, like being very self-righteous about it. Like, I don't know if I lost the weight because I was like snacking less, or because I burned a ton of calories being self-righteous. I did a lot of reps of backpatting. Oh yeah, did 30 today in public, it was great. Well, I would talk to people and I'd get like a Coke or something, I'd be like, oh, you're still eating sugar? That's weird, I thought we all stopped eating sugar at the exact same time and rate that I did. That's weird that you're still doing it. And you let your kid have sugar? That's weird. I wouldn't feed my kid sugar. You know that's as addictive as cocaine. Would you give your man cocaine? Would you give your kid cocaine? Like an asshole, right? Like I went around telling people, I don't know if you know this, but sugar's a poison, man. Like the dumbest conspiracy theorist. Just like, hey, you know how everyone in your life always told you sugar's bad for you? Well, guess what? It's bad for you. Like I got so uppity about this shit, I argued with my nutritionist friend about it. Not my healthy friend. My friend has a master's in nutrition. He said, Eric, you look great. How'd you lose all the weight? And I said, oh, I quit eating sugar. It's a poison, man. And he said, no, it isn't. You just have to eat it in moderation. And I said, oh, yeah, you would say that, wouldn't you, college boy? Yeah, you know where you got that fucking master's at? A state school. You know where they get their funding? The government. Sounds to me like Mr. Mouthpiece for a corrupt organization called the FDA. Food and Drug Administration? No, I don't think so. More like the Fat and Dead Administration. Who wants to join me on my compound? I bought land in Montana. We're going to move there together. We're only going to eat stevia. Thank you. I know it. Listen, I know it tastes bitter at the end, but you don't get diabetes, and I think it's worth it.
Hey, I get liver-beaties.
What?
Okay. Liver-beaties. All right. Yes, the Beatles are from Liverpool. That didn't make sense. Sometimes you riff and you go, why did I start talking? I still don't know what I'm saying. Hey. After losing weight, like, I feel better. I have like a lot more confidence, self-esteem, shit like that, obviously. One thing I realized though is I'm never gonna have the confidence and self-esteem of a puppeteer. Anybody in here met a puppeteer? No, they're not embarrassed of it at all. It's weird. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a puppeteer, but if I were a puppeteer, none of you would know about it. You would find out I was a puppeteer when you came to a puppet show that I did not invite you to, saw me handling puppets, and afterwards said, Eric, I didn't know you were a puppeteer. And I'd say, yeah, that's the idea. Why are you here? I was in Austin, Texas a few years ago, and I went to an adult puppet show. Not what it sounds like, different. It was like emotionally charged tales told with puppets. Think like Mr. Rogers with an anti-capitalist flavor. Got it? I go to this adult puppet show with my brother at 10 p.m. on a Friday. We go because we're going to keep Austin weird, right? What's weirder than a 10 p.m. adult puppet show? Not much. We go to the Puppet Theater Company. It's called Trouble Puppet Theater, which is the funniest thing. I didn't get to write that. That's just what it's called. I love it. It's like, oh, are these puppets mean? Are they bad news? Fucking lock up your wives and daughters. These puppets are trouble. Like what I'm telling you is if you see these puppets coming down the street towards you, cross the fucking street, okay? Be careful. We go to this Puppet Theater Company and we check in with this dude named Connor. And he thanked us for coming. He said, thank you for coming. And then he just came right out and admitted to owning the theater company, which I thought was crazy. Like he told us, after we talked for a few minutes, he said, hey, I'm gonna need you guys to forget everything you think you know about puppets. All right, done. Felt and string, gone. What now? Nothing. Out of ideas. And the time we talked, he said puppetry and puppeteering like 100 times a piece. Dude loved puppets. He married a puppeteer. He's a puppeteer. He married a puppeteer. Do you know where they met? A puppetry convention. Do you know what that is? It's a place where a whole bunch of puppeteers get together and collectively continue to somehow feel no shame. Amazing. They had a daughter. They made a daughter. She was alive. She was moving. She wasn't a daughter. They made a daughter. They didn't build a daughter. Like, it's different. He wasn't like, hey, you want to meet our daughter? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, okay, well, Eric, I need you to forget everything you think you know about love. All right, cool. Thank you guys for listening to my stand-up portion.